Hello, NAIA Hoops Nation, and welcome to another episode of the Road To Muni Podcast. Taking a little bit of a break from the preseason magazine, prep work here that will be out here in a few weeks. Catching up with another NAIA to pro, former NAIA player that is now year 3 pro here going on. EJ Onu, who is a former NAIA All-American, two-time NAIA All-American and former NAIA national champion from Shawnee State. EJ, welcome to the show.
Well, I'm glad to be here. It's been a long journey, which is kind of crazy because I feel like I just graduated college, but it's already been several years now I've been pro, so it's definitely going pretty fast, I would say.
Yeah,
thanks for having me.
And it's one of those things that we've kind of talked about as we've talked about the different pro careers and stuff, and you got yours started right after your national championship run. You guys, you've started off testing the waters kind of in the G League, and you've gone up into the Canadian pro league where you're defensive player of the year up there. Shouldn't be a shock to anybody in the NEI. Where you won several Mid-South Defensive Player of the Year awards there. But, you went up into the, the CEBL, and you won Defensive Player of the Year in 2022. And then now you're sitting over here in one of the best one of the best pro leagues globally, period, but one of the best Euro leagues as well. You want to talk about maybe your pro journey to start with? Starting with the Texas Legends and then working all the way through now playing in Spain?
Well, out of college, as you know, I had a bunch of D1 offers because I had an extra year because of COVID. So I was like, I didn't really want to do another year of school. So the reason why I chose to keep my name in the draft was that I want to do another year of school. Even though I'll be a graduate transfer, I just didn't want to be back in school. I was like, I think it's best. I'm about 21 years old. I should take my talents to the pro level and see what's happening there. And then the draft, I didn't get drafted in the top 60, of course. But I had a few calls from a few teams like the Lakers, the Mavericks, and the Grizzlies. And ultimately, I chose the Mavericks. I thought it would be a great fit for me because I like the way they get players better, they have great development. Period. So I was like, I'll go with the Mavericks. So I signed a training camp deal with them. Fast forward, I've been posted maybe for another month or less than that. Go to Chicago. Kind of skipped ahead a little bit. Before that, I had 17, 18 NBA workouts. So it was a rough little time in between that, and I just won a championship. And then a month later, maybe I'm working out with NBA teams. It's like a crazy dream of mine. I was like, I just can't believe this is happening right now. My first workout was with the Kings, and I felt like I was playing 2K. It was absolutely crazy. I can't even explain that feeling I had my first NBA workout. But that's what happened. I had 18 NBA workouts, and then fast forward, signed with the Mavericks, Exhibit 10 contract. Summer League, I played okay. Obviously, I wanted to play a lot better. But then I hurt my knee the second to last game, and then I had to get an injection in my knee, PRP injection for my knee, so I can be good all season. And then I missed about 2 months. So actually, I missed NBA training camp, which I was not happy about at all. On my first NBA training camp, I missed it because I had a small injury that put me out for 2 months. And then I went to Dallas. I had 1 day of training camp, and I got COVID. After the first day of training camp, I got COVID. 2 weeks, I'm out for 2 weeks again. I come back, I have the flu. So I miss about 3-4 weeks of practice. I lose about 20 pounds of weight. So trying to gain the weight back, trying to get back in shape, do all this. But it just wasn't a great fit, I think, with the Legends. It's a great organization, but I don't think at that time it was a great fit. So my agent, he got me to Memphis, which is where I really started getting a lot better as far as playing more, showing my college game, how I played in college, shooting threes, lobs, everything, guarding 1 through 5, stuff like that. So I think when I started in Memphis, that's when like I really started turning the tide a little bit. I started playing really, really well, and then I got a call from Canada, the Niagara River Lions. They were telling me about the league a little bit. Like it's a newer league, about 4 or 5 years before my first. It was about in for 4 or 5 years, and they said like it would look good on resume. I come in, I can stay in shape for the season. I don't get a long break because it's like right after the season, so I'll be gone all summer. But like
Yeah.
I think it'd be a good opportunity for me to stay in shape and also get better. Because remember, I missed like a half of my first season as a pro, so like I need some more like tape kind of. So I was like, it's a no brainer. I'm gonna go play. Made it to the semifinals. Had a pretty great summer with them. Won the defensive player of the year. Everything was pretty good, and then I resigned with the Grizzlies. I went to summer league with them that very next summer. I had a decent summer league. I would say. I would say it was a lot better than my first year with Dallas summer league. I got some more playing time, but there was a lot of guys on that team, so like it was a little tougher. We had some draft picks, we had some returning guys who were playing most of the minutes. But like whenever I got in, I think I made my mark pretty well. So season with Dallas starts. First few games I play really really well, averaging like 15 and 7 maybe, and then I get injured. I get a bone bruise on my ankle, out for 2 3 months. So that's another hurdle I have to go through. Trying to get back as soon as possible, but like trying to be smart as well. So I fight through that. I come back healthy, but things are not the same because like I'm not used to being injured. I haven't missed really any time my whole career. Thank God for that. And yeah, so things weren't really going too well for me. Like I said, like with the G League, it's a lot of like assignment guys, a lot of second round picks, a lot of guys who don't play very much who are coming down G League to like stay in shape. So like the guys who are already in G League, that's only in the G League, like they're pretty much affected by that. You can go from starter one night to missing like 5 games in a row because you got somebody playing your spot that's from the league that's coming down. Which I understand, like that's part of basketball. That's how G League works, is for guys to get better. So like we had a guy, Kenny Lofton. He was with us for quite a bit of time. So great player. He's super tough, strong. He's about 6'5" center, which is crazy. But he was with us for about a month or two. So and then we had Xavier Tillman too. So I really wasn't playing it that much. So my agent was like, it's probably best that I look for like a trade to go somewhere else. So my final stop in the G League before I went overseas was with the Santa Cruz Warriors. Their GM was also Nigerian, Fatoki. So I got along with them pretty well. I got there more or less. I would say I was used more as like a 3-and-D guy. Like I was spacing the floor as a 5 man, and then like they really loved my on-ball defense. Like I was guarding 1 through 5. Like when I'm on the court, we're switching 1 through 5, and that's really where I got my money at. Just making corner threes and just switching 1 through 5. Obviously, like that's a lot different than what I was doing in college. I was a lot more of a offensive threat in college and doing like more of like expanding my game a lot more. But like with being a pro basketball player, it comes with like playing your role. Like you can't be averaging 20. They have guys who are averaging 20. They have guys who are doing certain things. You have to come in and like play your role. Like that's what you're there for. Like so, I learned that pretty quick because like being a starter in a college team and then coming in the G League when there's a bunch of guys who were also stars from where they were at too. It's just a big big change, big adaptation I had to get used to. So I got used to that pretty quick. It hit me like a brick though, and yeah, I was talking to Coach Thomas basically every day because as you know he was also a pro for a long time. So that's a good guy to have in your corner to talk to about certain things about how to navigate through this pro basketball situation. So with Santa Cruz. I had a pretty decent stint. It was only about 3 or 4 months because I got traded from Memphis like in February. As you know, G League season is a really short season, so it's like 6 months. So like, season's pretty much over, and I'm like, I don't really see it making too much sense if I go back to the G League, because like, I think to a certain point in time, to most players, like you can tell when like your time is like up with certain things. So I was like, I think like my time is. I think I gave it a good shot. I did well enough to have some overseas, like a good resume overseas. So I think I can like really like be decent as a pro overseas. So I was like, I think I'm gonna take that jump. And it got towards the end of the summer, and then I had a couple calls from some different teams in Greece, Germany, and Japan. And I want to stay in Europe, of course. So I was like, yeah, I took the German deal, which I think, like looking back at it, I think it was a great choice. Like I got a lot better. They have a great coaching staff. Coach Coach Arne. Arne is one of my good friends now, and Coach Stefan. Started the year off training camp. I wasn't playing really well like in training camp. I was like in a little slump for like all the training camp. But then first game I had a crazy good game, about 20 points, like 7 rebounds, like 4 or 5 blocks. So I feel like that's me coming back. Okay, and then I have a few good games in a row, and then out of nowhere I had another slump, which I'm like every player knows this. Like having a slump in basketball is the worst thing ever because that's all you can think about. Like you want to think about okay, next shot, next game, next play, but like if you're not making your shots or doing like what you know you can do and what you work so hard for, it kind of kills you mentally basically. So I was struggling with that. Still praying a bunch, still trying to like get out of my head, like trying to be like a pro basketball player because like that's life. You miss the shots, okay, like but you have to figure out how to like get past that. Like it's your job now, so like it's not like you just okay, like I'm missing shots. Oh well, next game. Like it's your job to
Well,
yeah,
especially when when you're alone in another country, right? Like this is probably the first
yeah,
time you've been, not had anybody that you could probably. I mean, obviously, phone calls and technology is nice to be able to call home to, but
yes
you're
sir,
probably alone in another country for the first time too.
yes sir, yeah. It was rough. Like I said, like you were saying, like I was alone. Like I've been out the country, of course, before, but it was with my parents, and but now I'm like
Yeah, for sure.
alone. I'm not playing good by myself in my house, just in my thoughts. Which it can be a dangerous thing sometimes. Like you just don't know what to do at that point. Like, but then I kept trusting my work. Like I'm here for a reason. So I kept going to practice, practicing hard, staying. I got out the slump, and I think finishing out the year, I had a really good season there. Obviously, I think I could have played a lot better, but like I think like from where I was at, like early in the season, I think like it really picked up really, really, really well. And playing in Germany, I think kind of helped me like it helped me to get the offers I got now because this past summer I had a 2 year deal. Got offered in Italy too. And then this, of course, Spain where I'm at now offered me. So like it shows like a lot of like your life can change just like having one great year of basketball and overseas. Like your life can really change. So like I think that's what happened here. Whenever I signed with Briogan in Spain, um, when I got that call, I was like shocked. I'm like, wow, like most guys like this like after 4 years overseas, like this is a step you get to. But like after 1 year overseas and I'm already here, it's like wow, that's really crazy. Like I'm really blessed to be in this position right here. Um, yeah, and like you said, it was one of the best. It's one of the best leagues globally. Like, of course, NBA is number one always, but like it's like a top two, top three best league in the world. So like playing in this league, it shows like what kind of player you are and like really how hard you work to get here. So yeah, so far here, I love the staff here, I love the fans, love the city. Um, but like testament of my life is slump again. Training camp. Haven't played really well in the games. I'm practicing really hard. Do really well in practice, but in the games, I'm just trying to like figure it out still. Definitely a different level of physicality that I'm not used to playing with. Like these are some really like physical. That's a really really physical game here that I'm trying to like my game is more a finesse game, not really more like bumping and bruising. It's more finesse. So like I have to adapt to this. So like it's taking me a little bit longer than I would like, but like I think I'm not gonna freak myself out. It's only preseason, so once the game starts and the lights really come on, I think that's when I'll get back to like myself. But in the future, I would like to have less of these slumps because I don't think it's gonna help me at all. But yeah, but
Yeah,
that's
and I
pretty
think
much my pro journey so far.
yeah, and I think I think you'll learn too, and I think if you talk to more and more pros, the longer your career goes, I think that no matter where what country you go to, that adjustment level will be there for you too. It's kind of like when you made that transition from high school to college.
Yeah, yeah.
I know that you had a decent freshman year. I think you were right around like 10-5. But
Hmm.
which is better than most freshmen. But
Yeah.
it's still a transition time period for a lot of people, and that's what I always try to you know basically lean back on. That whenever you switch leagues, or even switch countries, because I mean you're even talking about it a little bit now. I mean, even Germany to Spain, the style play is a little bit different. The like you said, the physicalness is a little bit different. They call the game a little bit different. I mean, shoot, we see it in the NAI. I think the more NAI games you watch from across the country, the different leagues out here, the game's called different. So I can't
Yeah.
even imagine out in Europe. I'm sure
Yeah.
every country the refs call the game differently out there too. But you'll be fine, man. Just keep toeing the rope and keep being you, and you'll adjust and be fine. I'm sure that'll be fine. I know you mentioned the fans out there. It's been fun seeing them. I know they're a little crazy. We think as soon as you signed and we made the post on social media, I think we had about oh shoot, a handful of them already follow the
Yeah.
account,
Yeah.
and send us messages and things like that. So I know you and I have laughed and joked back and forth on a couple things with that, but they'll be fine. They'll love you. You have a good personality, and the fans will love you too. But preseason will be one thing, but you'll get there. You've found your way out of all those other slumps. You'll find your way out of this one too, and they're just part of the process. So,
Of course.
um, I want to circle back to one thing you talked about. It's completely different than when you were in college. Shawnee State now in a different league, and new coaches there as well. You talked about Coach Thomas a little bit. Obviously, won a national title with him and at Shawnee State. The Mid South, obviously was a great league. Still is a great league. I mean, Freed Hardeman in the Mid South just coming off a national title this past year. You want to kind of talk about, maybe go back and talk about your college experience and playing for Coach Thomas himself. He's now at Florida Memorial, doing a good job there. That led them to a national tournament this past year, and
Right.
just you guys obviously having you on the defensive end. Obviously made his defense much better, but he runs a unique defense anyway that kind of suffocates people, or suffocates the opponent anyway. But I'm sure having a 6'11", 7-footer in the inside makes his patent defense there that much tougher.
Oh yeah, definitely. I would agree with that. Out of high school, I didn't really have many offers. I was a bit undersized. I was like maybe 6'9", 6'10", like a buck 80, buck 75. So you can only imagine what that looks like. Jeez, and like I could not. I have no left hand. I couldn't do a spin move in the paint. I couldn't do anything. I was just like a raw, very raw talent. Um, so Coach Thomas actually hit me up like December of my senior year, and I'm thinking in my head like I'm a stupid high school student. I'm going D1. I'm going D1. I'm going D1. Like I'm not trying to hear it. Like what is NAIA? What is Shawnee State? So like I get the text. I text him back because I was like I'm a good dude. I'm texting back just like to be nice and whatever. Thinking like I'm doing him a favor by texting him back. Like my mindset back then was just crazy because I was just hearing some of those things from different people like of like where you should go, what kind of player you should be. So I was like, I'll text him back just to do him a favor. Crazy. So text him back. He keeps trying to like send me like the application for the school. I just stopped replying. I'm like, I'm going D1. So like, like I don't even know why you're texting me, which is a crazy mindset to have as a high school student with no offers. Like I had some interest from Cleveland State, like a little interest, but it wasn't like nothing concrete. So don't text him back. Finished my senior year of high school. Mind you, like I had some crazy stats. I was averaging like 11 blocks a game in high school. I think I'm still Ohio's leading shot blocker of all time. Like I had some crazy stats. But summertime comes, I'm like, all right, so like, where am I going? And then I'm like, wait, I don't have any, I don't have any offers. I'm like, I got no offers. And I go visit Lawrence with my high school coach. I think this was like the first year they had a basketball program, like in 2017 maybe. So I wasn't really feeling it. It was a great coach back then. I don't remember what his name is. He was this black coach. He was a really, really cool guy. But like the idea of like being with a college team like their first year, I didn't like the idea. So I was like, I'm not gonna probably entertain that too much. I went on a visit to a community college near Cleveland, like near me, Lakeland Community College. Had a little workout. I could have went there, and then worked out at West Virginia State University. Had a horrible workout. Got back home, texted the coach like, "Yeah, coach, how are you doing? Like, can you talk more about like possible scholarship?" This dude left me on red. He left me on red. I'm like, this how Coach Thomas felt this whole time. So I had to put my ego aside. I actually texted Coach Thomas myself after I left him on red for like 7, 8 months. I texted him myself like, EJ Onu, Cleveland, Ohio, 6'10". How much I weigh? Like I'm texting him my whole resume basically, and he's like, "Hey, it's a little late, isn't it? Like in the summertime, like mind you, this was like around my birthday, so it was like mid-July, like I mean late July. So I'm like, okay, I got to figure this out. And then texted Coach Thomas. He said like we pretty much have our whole team like set right now, so like you can come for a visit, but like there's no promises you get a scholarship. So me and my dad drive about the 4 hours to Shawnee State University in Portsmouth, and me, Coach Thomas, mind you, on the phone, his voice is super deep. Something he's like 7'5". I'm thinking this guy's humongous, but he's about my height. He's like 6'9". So I'm like, oh, my dad didn't think he was that tall. So my dad was like, because my dad's about 6'2", so he was feeling like taking it back. So it was a little funny. Me, Coach Thomas, me, Coach Hunter. Had a workout. I also had a pretty good workout. I worked out with my former teammate, Frederick Moore. To end the workout, there's this thing called the Shawnee 100. So like I had dunked 100 times in a row, and I got 117 dunks in a row. Last dunk was a 360 though, so I could have probably get off for like 50 more dunks. But I was like, I'm pretty much beat. So I thank Coach Thomas for the workout. Went back home, just praying that like he gives me a chance, because like this will be big. And then Coach Thomas calls me like, yeah, like we'll give you this scholarship. And my dad was so surprised that I was even getting a scholarship, because like it was so late, and I was so like my recruiting, like I wasn't handled pretty, like it wasn't handled well at all. Like I was just like everything was everywhere. So for me to get a scholarship, the time I got a scholarship was crazy within itself. So of course I signed right away. I'm like, let's go. Like I'm ready to work. Yeah, but when I got there, I got the college experience. I would say he was the conditioning and everything. Definitely like a culture shock to me. Like I was like, wow. Like I've never been like this tired ever in my life. Like mind you, I was always a hard worker. I always would come in first, leave last. I was always a hard worker. So I'm not afraid of working hard. But like just the things that Coach Thomas can think of to put players through in the workouts and practices, I'm like, what? Like, what do you think of this stuff? Like, I'm like, how is that possible? Like, I can't be this tired. So, but like looking back at it now, like I'm glad like all that stuff happened, because like it really like changed my mindset about how I should be working out. And like if you want to achieve your goals, like you have to put a certain amount of work in, and like you can't be comfortable with being complacent, because like somebody's just trying to take your spot too. So you have to be ready to outwork them for that spot, because like it's limited spots. Like if you look at the percentages of guys who are playing college basketball on scholarship, guys who are playing pro, it's like less than 0.5%. So like if you're not careful, your spot can get taken. So you have to put that work in. So the thing that really helped. So fast forward to my freshman year, like we were saying earlier, I had a pretty good freshman year when you compare it to other guys. Like I was about 10-5, one defensive player of the year. Yeah, so like I thought I had a pretty good freshman year, and summertime comes. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go home, chill out, hang with my guys, hang with the bros, come back 2 weeks before school starts. Cause I was like, what? You gonna do what? He said, bro, you said you're staying in P-Town. I'm like, what? Like, I'm about to go home. I got to train it back at home. I'm going to figure that out. He said, no, you staying in P-Town. Little did I know that that was the best choice I ever made to stay in Portsmouth. Because staying every summer, like, I stayed all 4 summers. Like, I stayed all 4 summers. I was there, like, I would probably went home for a combined maybe month and a half in the summertime for the 4 years. Staying all 4 years, it changed my game. Like, I was shooting like 22% from three my freshman year, like 34, 35% like my sophomore year. So it was a big jump. My field goal went up, points per game went up, like everything went up my sophomore year. And then D1 coaches started to see that. So Youngstown State, D West Virginia, they reached out trying to recruit me. But like I said, like through this whole thing, I'm a little dude, so like I knew I was going to stay. But like I just wanted to see like what they were kind of saying. Mind you, though, it was kind of like it wasn't exactly legal what they were doing. Like they had like they had called my high school JV coach to reach out to me and tell me about the program and stuff. So it was like they had a little middleman, but I won't go too far into that. But
Oh, trust me,
so it was
yep, trust me,
yeah.
yep, I know that that kind of stuff happened before too. So,
Oh yeah, for sure, yeah.
you know, and there was no NIL, there was no NIL back in your day
Nope,
either. So,
nope.
I even with your COVID year, would that and you can be honest, would that have changed you? Would you have if you would have gotten NIL money? Do you think you would have played
So
played
actually, my
Division One
COVID
that
year
next
was the
year?
first year that it got approved. Like got approved. So like
Yeah.
I was getting offers.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying though. Instead of if you would have got NIL that fifth year, would you have gone play Division One instead of turning pro, or do you think you would have gone pro either way?
No, I'm saying that I was getting offered money.
Oh, NAL. Oh,
So
there
the
was
NFL
NAL.
was
Okay,
just started like it got approved like in
gotcha,
the summer of my 5th year. So I was getting like the money deals, like the boosters and all reaching out and stuff, like
gotcha.
Texas Tech,
I was thinking it was
LSU.
the year after, but yeah,
Um, yeah, yeah. Oh, year after it wasn't even crazy. Like the first year, I think it was like compared to first second year, like the money difference is like maybe 100% more like than you would have made. But like it was still kind of crazy hearing those numbers as a
yeah,
college student. Like I was as a senior, it was crazy hearing those numbers. But
yeah,
yeah.
yep.
So sophomore, I'm sorry, what was that?
No, I was laughing because what you said
Oh,
about the increase after that. Yep.
oh yeah,
So
oh yeah, that's crazy. Um, so yeah, sophomore year goes by. I had a pretty good year. I didn't get defensive player of the year. Junior year comes. I would say like that was my real breakout year. I only averaged like 12 points, but I averaged like 6, 7 rebounds, like 6 blocks a game. I was leading the nation in blocks, and then like that's when colleges really started taking notice. Like, oh, this is a really good player. And this time around, like, mind you, I'm a loyal dude, like I said before, but like sometimes like it's like okay, like you gotta really like consider some stuff rather than just saying no. So West Virginia, like they double back and like yeah, like we think like you can like develop here, you can be go to the NBA. So I tell Coach Thomas this, and of course he'll support me in like whatever I do. But ultimately, like I just thought back to like being like a senior in high school, graduating and like not having any offers really at all. And I'm thinking like even though like I ghosted this dude for 8 months, he still gave me a scholarship. So I'm like it wouldn't feel right if I just like left him because I saw a brand new Mercedes over here. I think I said I'm gonna stay my senior year. And look what happened. I won a national championship with my team.
yep.
I was getting all the calls that I would have got if I went D1. I'm getting as an NAIA player. So it was a great experience. I would say it was a crazy 4 years because like how up and down it was with different teams, different guys. Like every year we had like eight different guys. So like I think like me and Coach Thomas going through that journey together because my freshman year was his first year as a head coach too. So like it was all also new to him. So we went through that journey together, and then it ended with a national championship. I think that was the cherry on top, and I think it really was like a crazy way to end things as a college player. But like I said, though, I didn't want to do another year of college. So I was like, I'm pretty much focused on
Yeah.
going pro and seeing like where this path is going to take me. So yeah, that's pretty much my college career. Though it was a pretty crazy time. Yeah.
No, I understand that completely, and like I said, everybody's past different. I think that's the cool part about hearing everybody's story too, is that where you started and where you're going and where you've been is a lesson for everybody. I think we've heard a lot of different stuff that I hope that the everybody that's listening to this, player wise especially, no matter if they're in high school or considering NAI or in the NAI or whatever it is, even some pros who maybe you know right there with you on the struggle bus, or maybe have struggled before. Um, like that kind of stuff is just part of the process, and you got to get through it, and I think that they can learn a lot from your journey as well. The one thing that I will end on, and one thing we always ask all the people, and you've kind of alluded to some of it here in the talk already, but if there was one thing that you could tell, maybe that high school kid that is maybe doesn't know much about the NEI like you did, or like kind of like you in your situation when you're coming out of high school, that maybe has an NEI offer that you or that it and just doesn't know much about the NEI. What would your advice be about playing NEI, or even just trying to lean towards learning more information about the NEI school that's recruiting them?
Well, first things first, I'll be like, what's your goals as like as far as like how far you want to take basketball? And my advice would be like, it's always possible. Like no matter where you're at. Like coming to college, I was thinking I'm gonna go 4 years and I'm gonna be a computer engineer, be a physical therapist, and that's it. And then realizing that like I'm really getting better and I'm becoming a great player, that I can really play pro basketball is when like my mindset took a whole different level. So I would say it really depends on where you're trying to take like basketball. Like if you really want to like make a living off of this, like I would say like you have to change your mindset. With NAIA, it's just a little tricky sometimes because I think the NAIA association gets like disrespected a little bit too much. Like every year you'll see NAIs being D2s, like there'll be D1 schools. Like it's like not very common. Like where I would say about our comp levels maybe D2. I would say. So I think like if you get an NAI school, like, I would say like really, really, really heavily consider that because like for one, like you can be as good as you want at NAI school. Like, you can be as good as you want, and like it can take you further. Like you see guys like Kyle Mangus, like he's playing in the G League. He's playing amazing. He's averaging like 15 and 7 on crazy efficiency. Like he played at Indiana Wesleyan. Like guys like me who are playing the best league in the world, like one of the best leagues in the world, is like anything is possible if you really want to like do it. Like it doesn't matter where you go to school at. They'll always find you. Like they will always find you. So that's my advice for that.
Yeah, and I think that's just something that and why it's important to have you guys on too, is that the G League isn't for everybody either. I mean, there's plenty of
Exactly.
great NEI pros all across the world, and for different reasons. And I can tell you right now that and just to be honest with everybody, that there are several people that choose to go play overseas because they're just flat out making more money overseas than they are in the G League. So
Yeah.
yeah, the G League may put you one step away from the NBA, but you may never reach that NBA either. So there are a lot of people that choose to go play overseas, and like Kyle did. Kyle went and played, I believe, 3 seasons overseas first,
Yeah.
and then went back. But that's always an option for people too. But like I said, everybody's pro path is different, and I
Yeah.
think that as you're learning, like I know some of those guys in that league over there are some of the I mean, if people would go look at some of those rosters, I mean, you're playing against some of the best D1 guys that, if people would go look at rosters, there's some guys that are, played at the Power Five schools that
Yeah.
that they would go
Exactly.
recognize. They were probably
Yeah.
fans of, when they were
Exactly.
in
Yeah.
college. So, and then also some of the really good pros that, some of these guys, or some of the good foreign pros that people haven't probably heard of, but that. But they're the guys that I know there's some older foreign guys too that are in that league that are very good too. But even some
Yeah.
young foreign guys that are just starting to make names for themselves come up and through there before they go to the NBA as well. So it's very very cool to see your journey, and It's awesome seeing you play at the highest level of the pros and that Euro League. I know you're saying you're slumping right now, but I have no doubt that you'll find yourself out of it and get yourself out of it. And wishing you the best of luck, my man. I know your journey is still young by nature, just in year three, but can't wait to see where you go, man.
Well, thanks for all that. I appreciate you having me, and I also want to say, I remember my freshman year. I don't remember NAIA Hoops report that much my freshman year, but I think y'all were like kind of like not really starting off, but like the jump y'all have made and the impact of like posting like updates and stuff. I think it's really changed the NAIA game. I don't know if people will think that, but I see the work you guys are putting in. I just want to say I'm proud of you guys, and um, it's really helping a lot of players out, like more than you know. Like it's really helping a lot of guys out. I remember when y'all posted my senior year, the first time I ever got ranked, y'all posted us as number 17 in the nation. We were going crazy, like we were absolutely static. I said we went NAI News Report, we top 16, we were going crazy. So like I just want you to know, like I appreciate all the work you guys are doing for these guys. Like it's really big time. I really appreciate it.
Appreciate that. Appreciate the kind words. Well,
Cool.
that's EJ Ono. Like I said, two-time NEI All-American, former NEI national champion at Shawnee State. Now in his third year pro, playing at one of the top pro leagues, playing with Rio Briojan in over in Spain. So EJ, again, best of luck to you, and we will catch you later. Make sure you catch up with EJ. We'll follow his season all year long, so we'll be posting him. I'm sure on Twitter and social media channels as well. So, EJ, again, best of luck to you.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
We gonna